We are hearing how this is impacting the presidential campaign and campaigning. We know that Joe Biden's presidential campaign will be taking down television ads and pausing communications for the time being. But I think one of the big questions will be how this will affect the Republican campaign, particularly the Republican National Convention in just a couple of days.
We've got breaking news just coming in on that front, Joe, and I'll read the brief statement succinctly from the Trump campaign. As was communicated earlier tonight, President Trump is doing well and grateful to law enforcement and first responders for their fast action. President Trump looks forward to joining you all in Milwaukee, the convention venue, as we proceed with our convention to nominate him to serve as the 47th President of the United States. As our party's nominee, President Trump will continue to share his vision of making America great again. So confirmation from the Trump campaign. The Republican convention is proceeding as planned, kicking off Monday American time, culminating on Thursday with the acceptance speech by Donald Trump, which means that he's two things that's going ahead, but also the former president is going to be in a well enough condition to attend the convention, but also speak later in the week. And also another bit of breaking news, CBS America is confirming the former president has left the hospital. He was taken for observation and to treat that injury above his right eye that we all saw occur at that rally. So that's another bit of good news as well. So the convention's going ahead. The Democrat ads have been taken off the air. What you'll see, I think, is you'd hope to see a toning down of some of the rhetoric, a toning down of some of the attacks from both sides as this nation processes what has been an absolutely shocking event in its history, the attempted assassination of the former president.
And interesting news about that update of Donald Trump and his health situation right now, because that has been a lot of concern, particularly across social media and on news networks across the United States. We've also been hearing a lot about the security situation in New York at Trump Tower, behind you, Michael, there at the White House in Washington, D.C. and, of course, in Pennsylvania. We're just seeing some live pictures from New York with a very big police presence there outside of Trump Tower. This would appear to be a very strong reaction in terms of security of places and, of course, people.
Yes, and a not surprising reaction, let's be honest. The Secret Service has a very well-established protocol. Any threat to the president, any threat to a presidential candidate is met with an overwhelming response, and we've seen that play out not just on the stage after Donald Trump was, as he said, shot on the top of the right here, with those Secret Service agents coming up, forming this human shield around him, getting him off the stage, getting him into the safety of the armoured limo and off to a hospital. But here at the White House earlier today, late this afternoon our time, once news came through, this park behind me, Lafayette Park, which leads directly to the White House, was cleared very quickly. Some of our colleagues were on site at the time and were told in no uncertain terms to pack up and leave. We've seen that as well, as you say, around Trump Tower in New York. And what I can expect to see, and again, it would be no surprise, once campaigning does get back on track, a massive increase in security and tighter security procedures for spectators at rallies for both Donald Trump and Joe Biden. We have entered, sadly, a new universe in this already sharply divided election campaign.
Michael, we have heard some comments from some Republican politicians who have in fact started assigning blame to the Biden campaign and to the Democrats for this assassination attempt. What are you seeing in terms of the response from the Republican side and from some of those Republican politicians?
Well, the Republican side, the overwhelming response from all within the Republican Party, even some of Donald Trump's sworn enemies. I saw a tweet from Liz Cheney just a while ago where Liz Cheney, being one of the Republican voices who came out strongly against Donald Trump, as a result, she lost her pre-selection in the last midterm elections and is now no longer in Congress. One of the people who spoke out against Donald Trump and copying the political consequences, she came out with a tweet expressing her horror, her disgust with what happened and wishing Donald Trump a quick recovery. I have seen one tweet from a Georgia Republican, and I'm paraphrasing it, but the tweet read words to the effect of Joe Biden ordered this, as in ordered the shooting. and that has been howled down, as it should, by most sensible people. But at the same time, an indication of some of the thoughts, some of the motivations of some involved in the political system here, I worked here 15 years ago. I've come back on a regular basis, most recently every 2 years or so. It's always been divided, Washington politics. I've never seen it as divided and as polarised in a nasty way as I have seen at the moment, certainly before what happened today, and we all saw where that sort of rhetoric and arguments can lead us.